Hello to Tiny Dragon Tarot. This week's pick a card, or whenever you're watching it, because these readings are pretty much timeless. I strongly believe that you're watching them when you need them. This time we're gonna take a look at the question: are you on the right path or not? And we're not just gonna see, if yes or no the answer, because that's not useful. We're gonna look into, if the answer is no, what you can do to change things around. If the answer is yes, what you can do to make this journey on the path that you've chosen. Because I believe that we are born with a set of goals, or a set of things we need to achieve or go through. Not achieve, a set of experiences that we need to go through in this lifetime, when before we're born. But you don't have to have the same idea about life. You just need curiosity to know if if you want, if you're on the right path, if you're doing what you're supposed to do or not. Because I do believe that we have that answer within ourselves, but modern life is kind of numbing out a lot of things and a lot of senses. And I might not make a lot of sense in this intro, but hey, the question should be easy. Everything is going to be timestamped down below. We have 3 pies as per usual. Pie number 1 with this ring, and I chose the rings not because it's a symbol of, an engagement or a relationship, but because rings are a symbol of commitment, and you have to be committed to your path in order to make progress. I do believe that, because even if you know where you're going, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Pile number 2 has this silverish one, and pile number 3 has this really cool teal. If you have fountain pennings, this is diamonds soft mint, by the way, just if it helps. Okay, so these are the 3 pies. Everything is dumped down below in the description. How you can find me, how you can support this channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, because every engagement helps my channel. And yeah, let's get started. Hello, pie number 1. If you chose the number 1 or this rainbowy stoned ring, which I'm going to think not on that finger, I'm gonna wear it on this one for the reading. Then this is your reading. So let's start with the yes or no question. Okay, we have, just because I didn't mention this in the intro, this is a maybe no. So right now, it kind of suggests, and let's move things around. It kind of suggests to me that you're close to where you're supposed to be, or what you're supposed to do, but you're not exactly there. So this is not a you need to change your career, you need to change your whole life to achieve what you're supposed to achieve. It's more on you're doing things that are not serving the right purpose, but you're also doing some things, even though those are, in a smaller, on the smaller size of the scale or amount, that are actually for the benefit of what you're supposed to do and be and experience in life. Okay, I can still move these things around, so I have some space. So let's see, I have a bunch of oracle cards and a bunch of tarot cards to clarify. And how do I want to start? I'm going to start with the dragon card. So the main oracle is protection, finding what's important. I mean, that's why we're here. Okay, so we have, I love this. I mean, isn't it beautiful? And I'm using the prototype deck of the Smoke and Embers. Why did I blank? I mean, I learned the name, which I think by the time this goes up, that's the last day that you can pre-order the deck. But if you're interested, you can always find it, and there's gonna be a release date for it next year. So how am I supposed to do this so I can still stay in frame? Sorry about this, but I'm just kind of figuring things out with this. I always pick a new layout for every reading, just to make things harder for myself. But I think you can see all the cards this way. And you know what? Let's do this. And then you for sure can see everything. Okay, so we have, like I said, protection as the main first energy. We also have the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Oh, both of the Ten of Swords. That's so freaky. I forgot that I even, shuffled it back. Okay. So yes, there's definitely some ending here, some feelings of not feeling very well. So you might be going through a rough time. I mean, with the Ten of Swords is definitely what I'm getting. But we have the main thing, the protection, and the King of Cups. So I'm kind of feeling that you're protecting yourself from experiencing this feeling where you allow yourself to not feel amazing, where you allow yourself to realize that there are some things in your life that are no longer serving you. And that's probably why it's a maybe no, because deep in your heart, you know that you're not where you're supposed to go or be, or not who you're supposed to be, but you're masking it. You're protecting yourself from that pain because you're someone who mastered their emotions in a way that you're very good at hiding the truth even from yourself. Because I feel like if this would be a definite yes, then you would know about it. But you don't allow yourself to go there because you're protecting yourself, and it's kind of interesting because we have defined, what was the card? Finding what's important. This is what you're supposed to do at this stage of your life. You're not supposed to know it probably already. You're just at that stage where the focus should be on figuring things out. But maybe because you already have a life that you built up for yourself, or you have, if you're younger, you have an idea of how you want to live your life. You pick the school you want to attend to. You kind of, maybe you are in a relationship that you presume will last a lifetime. You know how family will look like for you, how success looks like for you. But something from those are definitely already a dead thing in you, and you know it, but you're not ready to let go because probably, you are afraid that if you let go and you are left with just not knowing what's coming, then that's a very, very hopeless place to be. But let's see what the other cards are saying about, how to let this go, or what to do to be able to let things go more easier, to let things reveal themselves more easier. We have security, and only 2 cards, the Star, which is hope, and the King of Coins, another king energy. Okay, so yeah, why you're not, why you're afraid of letting things go, it's easy, it's obvious. You're trying to maintain security. Probably the life that you picked out for yourself is very stable. It's secure financially, which is very important. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to sit here and, say that if you're not able to pay your bills, then, you just deal with it. That's not how it works. And we have the Star, and I kind of feel like that because the Star is here, you're hoping that after a while this security will help you to find happiness, find that inner peace and calm that connects to finding what you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be, which is I mean, on a certain level it can happen. But you will always know that you're missing out on something. So yeah, there's definitely a choice in this pile. And the real question is, will you allow to go, will you allow yourself to go there, you know, where you admit which part of the picture is not the correct one? Because like I said, it's not easy to let go all of these, because the life you're building for yourself is not a bad life, so to speak. You're not going to be miserable, but you're not going to be happy. You might, you know, you might find security, and you might find that contempt feeling that can be enough for some people, but because you're here and you're watching this reading, I think it's not enough for you. And also you can be an Aquarius as well, because the Star is an Aquarius card. The King of Coins is Taurus, so you could have placement in those charts if that's something that you connect. Okay, so let's see the last 3 sets of cards. I pulled from the Angelarium Year 1 and 2. We have in Cocabiel, of course, why not? I'm gonna show you, but read it too as well. Angel of the Stars, another star, so be hopeful. Yeah, I get that feeling that, you know, dare to go. You're supposed to go there, and everything that we got so far has security and protection, which can be looked at from a different point of view as well, that you're protected, that you're supported. So if you go there, you know, if you allow yourself to actually dig deep and look at the certain elements of your life and pick out those that are not the good ones for you, you will find how and what to replace and what to replace with them. Was that a sentence? Who knows? But we have Angel of Stars. The silent field of swaying grass waved at the ocean above. The giants marched past us by thousands. By the thousand and many more. Infinite upon infinite. They don't look back, we stare on. Yeah, and I kind of get that feeling, you know, that we're surrounded by protective energy. We are surrounded by much more than what we are. You know, we are just mere humans. We are, in a way, nothing. And our universe, our existence is occupied by giants, big unknown forces. But that also means that we have access to much more than just our 3D experience, if that makes sense. It doesn't automatically mean that these angels gonna, you know, come and save you from yourself, because that's not how I look at angels. That's why I connected with this deck, because for me, angels are they exist on a different plate of existence. So our problems are not their problems. They just look at the chessboard or whatever game they're playing, so to speak. No, not they are playing, you know, we are playing it. They just look at it from above, and they can see that, hey, I can make this person go here because that helps them to achieve a certain thing. And they don't or can't even factor in how much pain that will cause you to make that shortcut, because they just look at where you are right now and where you will be after you go through that shortcut. And that shortcut can often be sickness or, you know, something major where you lose a lot of things, and things are changing rapidly. And from your point of view, it's absolutely a horrible thing to go through. But from their point of view, from the higher point of view, they helped you. And I believe that that's how things are working. You don't have to believe it. It's just an explanation. But let's see what tarot cards we have for this one. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is, see, it's nice. The end goal is gonna be having everything you want, having a legacy, if you dare to go there. We also have King of Cups again, and the Moon. let's do this way. So yeah, we're back to the King of Cups, but this time this is a different kind of King of Cups, because you know, if you let yourself fix things, so to speak, to replace a few things, this is going to change into a yes, that's for sure. And you will still find that you're able to maintain that emotional calmness and collectiveness, but in a much better way, because this time it's not going to be about pushing things down that you're not ready to experience, but because you have everything you wanted. And this card, I like that this is the Ten of Pentacles and not necessarily the Ten of Cups, because it also means financial stability. So you're not going to lose that. It's just going to be a different kind and a much more abundant, because we have the Ten of Pentacles with it. You know, not just a 9, not just any pentacles, not the 8 where you have to work for it. This is the where you have everything you wanted card. Financially and long-term relationships and, like I said, legacy. This is what connects you with other people. And I like that because it also signifies that you can build on things. And when you're on the right path, you're constantly building on the milestones you're achieving, you know, what you go through and the obstacles that you conquer. You build on those. Just like the spider is building its web. And the moon here signifies that even if you don't know where you're supposed to go completely, don't listen to that little voice that you have that tells you to be afraid. Because it's coming from a place of fear, and it's not coming from a place of being sure that it's right. It's just fear. It can be very real. Like I said, you know, being afraid that you lose the security and stability that you built up already, or you have planned and you know the steps to take to build that one up. Changing things around and maybe, you know, adjusting it could be a daunting feeling, because you might be, you know, like I said, legitimately worried that you will lose everything. But the cards are saying that no, you're not. And what you will end up with is going to be a much more complete picture, where you can experience your feelings much more freely, because there's not going to be the Ten of Swords that you need to push down. That underlying sadness, that underlying, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what to do with my life, that you just only let yourself experience in the middle of the night. You know, those late nights when you're up and you're not supposed to think because those are just not good for you or for anybody in general. But yeah, so I hope this makes sense. I mean, for me it makes sense, but that doesn't mean it makes sense to you, but I hope it does. If it doesn't, please comment down below, ask me which part wasn't clear, and I'm more than happy to, you know, add any additional info. If you want to, you can reach out for a personal reading. The easiest one is through Instagram. Just DM me. No need to ask if you can get a free reading. Just DM me your question, and then, you know, we're already one step ahead. Like, subscribe, like I said, because this is helpful. Share this video with others if you think this is helpful, because those things all help my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this silverish, metallic kind of looking stony ring, which I'm gonna wear here, I think, for the reading, then this is your pile. So how I did the first pile, and I think I'm gonna do it the same way, we're gonna look at the playing cards to get a feeling or maybe a definite answer if you're on the right path or not. And then we're gonna just look at the cards and see what they say, because there wasn't how I imagined it, you know, it wasn't working, because the cards are like, we're not doing that way. So yours is a definite no, but it's not a strong no, because it's a 4. with Slytherin. I'm sorry, but I had to assign no to Slytherin. Which suggests that even though you're not on the right path, it's not gonna be that hard to change. So the solution and the goal as to where to go is closer than you think. Okay, first card. Hope you can see that it's freedom, breaking the chains. So yeah, you're stuck in a situation where that is not working for you, but let's see why you're not able to get away from it. Six of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, all the Pentacles, which suggests that my first thought was it's a work-related thing, and with the pentacles everywhere and, silver, it's kind of like what you can use to pay. I don't have gold, but this is the closest to the rings that I would assign to money. So I definitely feel like the reason why you're not where you're supposed to be is because you're spending a lot of time at a job that that is not good for you. Even if you have money, even if it pays the bills, for some reason your job, your current one, is stopping you from actually going after what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to be. But interestingly, I say that a lot, I'm sorry. So we have the first card is Six of Pentacles, and this suggests to me that, you're a generous person who gives freely to other people. I don't get the feeling that this is what you're supposed to change. Because sometimes when a Six of Pentacles, which I read as well, like many others, as the charity, the being generous card, sometimes it comes up when it's highlighting the fact that you're supposed to be a bit more generous. But with this one, I kind of feel like you're doing your best. You're helping where you can, even if it's just a limited way, because it's not always in a big scale, but the small scale matters as well. But you're kind of living your life in a very mundane way, where you're just balancing your everyday life or responsibilities with some free time that you go home and experience, and you're like, okay, this is what I can get. This is the best thing, because how could I leave my job? This is safe and secure. I can't do that. But what you're missing is the Three of Pentacles. You're missing the feeling of working with others who are working for the same goal as you are. Because I kind of feel like your position, and if it doesn't resonate, then it might be not your pile. If you absolutely love your job and there's nothing there, then it could be your personal life, that your friendships and your relationships are not where you're not getting the support that you need from those. But I kind of feel like it's more about the way how you pay the bills with the Two of Pentacles. But you really crave for some teamwork, working with others who think the same, who has same values, and maybe even on a smaller scale, on a more human or a more personalized level. Because especially with this picture, I kind of feel like, that you're part of a big company where, you're just one tiny cog of the machine. But you're craving something more intimate, something more personal, where you're seen by the others that you work with. And like I said, if it's a relationship, it could be that you're part of a family, but you want your own. But being part of that family, letting that family dictate how you live your life, is stopping you from getting what you really want. Okay, that's the first set with the dragons. Let's check the second one, which we have purification. Perfect. Justice and the two of coins again. Okay. But this is, if you look at it, I mean, the other two of pentacles is a calm, but a bit more resignated. I mean, I get resignation from this card just a tiny bit, you know, like all the bunnies are running around on the dragon's head and he's like, okay, do whatever you want to do. I still need to sort my, you know, finances out. With this one, it's much more on the, hey, let's just juggle things. I can do that and I can have some fun. So it's definitely on a much more fun side of things, still taking care of your responsibilities, so not giving that away, not kicking things into the air and see where they fall. It's much more, I'm getting the feeling that in this stage you could get the fun a bit more, you know, the fun is on the upper side. And with the justice and the purification, you need to let go of certain things. It, like I said, it could be a job, and if it's a job, then you need to start looking at ads, because you just don't know when you're gonna find something that piques your interest and you find your people. If you don't start looking, you will never find anything. And once you leave, or if you leave, of course it's your choice, I'm kind of getting that it's not going to be an easy, obviously the transitions are not going to be easy, but you're going to feel much more lighter, you know, you're going to be able to enjoy life more. And with the justice card, the justice is about balance, but it's the man created balance, you know, it's our legal system, it's where us humans created this balance that you need to restore. And also it talks about anything legal. So this could be talking about a new, what is it called? Oh, I just wanted to say it too quickly. I forgot the word. What do you sign? A contract, exactly. So this can talk about a new contract that you're getting that allows you to enjoy life a bit more. And that would, you know, help the scale go back. And I'm not saying that life would be generally less stressful, because finding, you know, a new way of work, a new way to support yourself can be stressful, but you would enjoy it much more because it would be a challenge that you want to take on. Yeah, that's the main thing. And you know, if you find that Three of Pentacles and you work with other people that you like, it's not as hard to go, you know, to make yourself go to work than to go to an office that you just absolutely hate. And perfect. I love these cards. I love the cards. We have the Angel of Dreams. Dare to Dream. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's so cool. I really love these decks. Duma is the Angel of Dreams, which is kind of funny because Duma, without the H, is a slangish way to say speak or talk in Hungarian, so it's kind of interesting. Languishingly aloft, the Master of Dreams rests in repose. Among the stars it makes its nest. Sweaten is silver and gold, and untold truth is to be spoken aloud, lost to the chiming of a bell. And I kind of get, you know, manifestation and being open about your dreams, because you never know who is listening, who could help you achieving them. So, you know, if you have an idea, you want to start a business, but you don't want to do it alone because that's scary, and not all of us can be an entrepreneur. I mean, I love doing artistic things, but I could never really sell them because that's not in my arsenal. I'm not a marketing person. So if I want to do something like that, I would need a partner who would be able to push those things outside to the world. And you might be something like that. You can be anything from the two. You can be the creator, you can be the one who would connect the other people to that thing that you believe in. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't say that, hey, I'm thinking about doing something like that, anybody is interested, of course, to people that you think are trustworthy, because we have the Four of Pentacles with the dragon who's guarding its resources. So dare to dream, that's the first thing. Talk about your dreams, but be mindful who do you talk to, who you are sharing with your resources and energy and time with, because there might be someone who would rather steal than help. And we have the Ten of Wands here as a reminder to don't be alarmed that when it starts, it's gonna be, like a lot of new responsibilities, and you will have more to take on than what you're doing right now. As in, you will be in a more responsible position when you're, how do you say that? Where you're accountable for a lot more things. But if you look at this person here, is this woman, she's freaking handling a whole city on her back because she's capable of it. So don't think that just because the new idea or the new job or the new whatever is a big thing to take on, because there's gonna be a smaller group to deal with this. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's impossible. You can handle it. You have all the resources and you're smart and you know how to navigate things and how to delegate responsibilities. The sunshine just went off. So yeah, like I said, it's not a hard no. It is a hard no, but it's not a big number. So the change is possible, but it's absolutely up to you. If you want to stay where you are, you can do that. If you feel that this is not the right thing for you, what you're doing, because you're supposed to create something that would add to humanity, to add to other people's lives, start looking for people that you can work with. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Every engagement helps my channel. Hit that bell icon so YouTube actually puts my videos in your subscription feed, because turns out if you don't do that, it's not always happening. I realized for my subscriptions as well, but I've been told as well. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, and if you want to reach out for personalized reading, you can do that, especially on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this ring, then this is going to be your reading. I'm gonna wear it so we know which pile we're doing. No, it's just because I want to wear it. So your playing card is a definite maybe yes. So you're on the almost exactly where you're supposed to be. Especially, I mean, look at that Hufflepuff. Cool. With the king, you're almost there. There are just some tiny thing that you need to change to be exactly where you're supposed to be. And let's check what are those things. We have rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. Interesting. And we have the Ten of Wands and the Four of Cups with it. Ah, okay. I'm kind of getting the feeling that this could be a pile for older people. Someone who, or maybe not necessarily older, but I mean, as in not like 90 plus, even though it could be. It's more like someone who already had a family, had children, and they are caught up in the taking care of responsibilities stage of life when you are happy with what you have because you have achieved kids and life and family and a job you like. It can be true without kids as well. So this is definitely a stage of life when you have established yourself in a way that's actually quite well working for you, but you're still you're still feeling that you're missing something. You're happy with what you have, you're taking care of your responsibilities, you enjoy life as much as you can, you accepted that there are certain things that you are never gonna be, and you made peace with that. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's not true, but I'm feeling that there is something in some area when where you need to give yourself a second chance. So maybe there was a childhood dream that you always wanted to paint, or you always wanted to do sculptures or write stories or bake cakes, I don't know, for fairs, local fairs, and you wanted to try out if you could win them. But your life happened and you never had time to learn how to bake a cake. Now it's time to do that. And obviously that's just an example, but anything like that you can still pick up and you can still give it a go, because you're almost where you're supposed to be, which is awesome, to be honest. Let's see what the other cards are telling us. I love that protection. The Nine of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Yes. Okay. With the Seven of Wands and the protection, you're able to protect what you achieved. You're happy where you are. The Nine of Cups is that place where you feel like you have everything that you ever wanted. You're still open, to experience more, but if it would never happen, you would be just happy. But you know that it takes a work to protect what's yours, and you're not afraid to do that. Because what you achieved is, like I said, almost exactly what you're supposed to achieve. Or who you're supposed to be. It doesn't have to be about the 3D elements of life. It can be that this reading is talking about you as a person, that you know yourself, you know your good and the bad traits, and you're able to protect yourself and your emotions from other people who would be like, hey, you're too calm, you're too happy, I'm gonna go and poke at you because I'm not feeling like that, so I want you to be miserable as well. And that's where you're like, nope, I have my tiny flying, don't even know what these are, apple creatures. Let's go with apples, because puffy whatevers are not, I don't know, apple creatures. Let's go with apple creatures. It's not important, but and they're like, oh, let's take it away, and you're like, I don't care. I created this life for myself, and I'm gonna protect myself because I know how to, and you know how to protect yourself as well, which is a wonderful thing. Oh, I love that. Okay, and this is gonna be a much shorter one because, like I said, you're pretty much where you're supposed to be. But there's some, a tiny deception. And like I said, I think that's where the give yourself a second chance is coming in, that maybe you're deceiving yourself by saying that, oh, I'm too old for, trying out how to bake cakes for fairs, or how to volunteer, or how to take on a hiking challenge or something, because other people would look at me weirdly because I have this established life. Everybody knows who I am, and I'm happy in that role because I know that that's who I am. But there are just, everybody has those little hidden goals that they don't dare to dream out aloud because they're afraid that other people would just say something mean. but you know how to protect yourself against those ideas. So okay, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, which card is this? I keep forgetting. Five of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Interesting. And this is again the Four of Cups. So this is pretty much talks about why you're deceiving yourself. This is the deception that's going on in your head, and you're pretty much afraid that if you allow other people to see those extra quirky parts of yourself, and it doesn't have to be quirky in a way that, like, oh, I like knitting, I don't know, pink hats with eyes, which I think is a cool idea, but hey, some people think that's ridiculous. It can be that I like sitting in old churches and just listen to the wind, because some people will say, what the hell are you doing? We all have these things that are part of ourselves, or we want to experience, but we don't let ourselves experience them because we're afraid that we're losing everything. And with the two lost card next to each other, it's definitely you feel like if you step outside of the lane that you were walking in for your whole life, you will lose everything, and that's just not true. That's just your own deception. That's what you tell yourself, even subconsciously, if it's not a conscious thing. And you keep telling yourself that, I'm gonna just pretend this is not real, that I'm not doing this, and I'm just gonna sit here and look into my one cup, and there's others, and be happy with what I have, even though I feel that calling, even though that I feel that I want to give myself a second chance in some area. And this could also be about a relationship. This could definitely be about a relationship, maybe, and this could be very specific, but you could be in a marriage that you're happy with. You like and love the person that you're with. You like the life you build together, but it's not exactly that big love that you might probably experienced at some point and said no to. And I'm not saying, like, off with the marriage and the life you build yourself, because if that's the case, there's two things. You can either change and leave that behind, what you have, and then you will experience loss in a big scale for sure. Or if you don't have that person anymore that made you feel like that, it's time to make peace of what you've lost, because that's what's keeping you from being at your perfect place on the path, is that you're still holding on to some resentment or some feelings that you think you were supposed to experience. But like I said, that's just a very small and specific thing. So for most people, I think the first version is going to be the one that you can connect with, but I definitely got that message as well. So, with the deception, don't deceive other people who are trusting you. Don't go behind someone's back, for sure, because that creates sadness and loss for sure. But yeah, okay, let's stop with that, because like I said, it's personal. If you need help, reach out, especially through Instagram. You can find me for a personal reading. Like, subscribe, comment down below, because those all help my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.